I want to talk about why committing to your goals is about the only thing that brings magic into your life. You want to know why synchronicity can sometimes feel like the most challenging, triggering thing in the world, and why sometimes to your ego mind it goes unnoticed, but to your soul it gets fully received. It's because when you commit to what you know you're meant to do, and not doing it from a place where it's like, okay, I'm committing to this because I have to become my best self. I have to reach my dreams. I have to help people become their best selves. No, just like there's a me that I'm currently living in that I love, honor, and appreciate. And I love the process and I'm excited to just see where it unfolds. When we commit to that version of ourselves, it doesn't even have to be like a grandiose gesture, just like, okay, this is what I know I need to do. Life starts to throw us seeds, throw us little threads where they can be perceived as tiny miracles, and to our minds, funny coincidences, and they don't seem overwhelming. In my experience, it's the synchronicities that we perceive as like, oh shit, that's like way too good to be true, or like, oh my God, I can't believe I manifested that. Like, how will I hold on to it? Those are, I think, reflections, could be synchronicities as well. And I also think it's just mirror images of our perception of a life that we don't really feel fully congruent to, or at least there's a part of us that's operating from this lower self or this like small self that is trying to keep itself safe through the idea of there being a better future out there that we are somehow creating, rather than just committed to. There's more of like an outcome reflected in those synchronicities that like reflects like our state of being rather than like the synchronicity just being part of the process and therefore really easy to just notice and embrace as they come in. So I'd love to give you a quick example because I know for some that this might make sense. For some, it kind of can seem like a concept, but like as I was getting clear on what I wanted to do, and I knew deep down it was to shoot a video today, and there were some other things that were on my mind as well that were also taking up kind of my energy. So in getting clear on those things and writing them down, I knew that, yeah, like shooting a video is number one, and just acknowledging some of those other things as things that I could look at a separate time or at a future date kind of help clear up space to like make this commitment. And I also wrote a couple other things down. Like I wanted to do something fun for myself today, maybe go to the forest, go get an ice cream for myself, anything fun, anything light, anything that would kind of put me in a joyful place. And sure enough, like as I was writing those things, my number one was obviously shooting a video. And as I was writing those things, off in the distance outside my house, I could hear some music playing, and it was the ice cream truck, the music jingle that the ice cream truck makes when it's coming towards wherever you're living or wherever you're at. And I think it was just like a funny synchronicity. Like, oh, in my mind, I knew my commitment was the video, and I knew a part of that was like to have fun throughout the day at some point. And it was like once I committed to the video, it was like the ice cream showed up to put me in that playful state to be able to like show up a little bit lighter and have more fun. anyways, and that's the energy that I would want to be when shooting a video. So instead of being like, "Oh my god, the ice cream truck! I manifested ice cream! Holy shit! What? How am I gonna make sure this goes the way I want it to go?" It didn't even register to me that that might have been like a synchronicity, or even if it is a synchronicity, I don't know. I just enjoyed the ice cream process. I got a little bit triggered, to be honest, having the ice cream, because it's like it was something I was doing for like my inner child, and like having fun and joy in that way, and doing that for myself. It kind of activated some stuff, and perfectionism, and wanting to do that right. And beyond that, it was more or less like a process of like just tending to a part of me that wanted to be in a more lighter state. So that's what I did, and it wasn't a big deal. It didn't mean anything to me in terms of reaching my goals, my potential, and it really didn't have any effect on how I was going to convey a message to you. I wanted to share that story, and I'm glad that it was able to come through in this way, because I think we get to start holding ourselves, or meeting ourselves in places where there's like a lightness and a fun, joyful energy, uh, and starting to see where we have some things that are ready to be held and felt and noticed and observed in those spaces, as well as, some of the heavier energies that we're also clearing up as well. So that's the message for today. It's a big one for me, because, again, without getting too entrenched in the story, it's like synchronicity in our lives. I don't think enough people talk about that. It could bring up stuff, and I think it's not necessarily a reflection of like the thoughts you have around what you see reflected in your reality. It's more of a opportunity to begin to be aware of where your energy is in regards to what comes up when you see those things. And it's great feedback. Like if you're overwhelmed by something positive happening, it might be a sense of you perceiving the situation from a place where you don't fully feel like what you're attracting is inherently yours, or that it just is what it is, as difficult as that is to hear for some people. uh it's more goal oriented. The synchronicity becomes a results based thing as a part of the process. Once you're in the process and you're good with the outcome, other than just like, I'm committed to doing this, and if I do this, it's a win, then synchronicities will start to meet you in order to support you in that process. And yes, you might be able to acknowledge them. Sometimes you won't even realize that there are a synchronicity, because our mind makes up this stuff anyway, like what's a synchronicity, what's not. But there's definitely a different feeling, like I accept whatever's happening because I know it's here to support me, versus like, oh my god, I better not miss out on what life is trying to give me, because I need to get to some other destination in order to feel better about where I'm currently at right now. So process versus like result, so to speak. And both are beautiful, and both are meant to be felt, because you're a human being, and you're meant to get results, and you're meant to achieve, and you're meant to accomplish, and you're meant to perform, and you're meant to do all the things, because you're working so hard, and life is showing you that you're being rewarded for that, and it's showing you as well that it's not really about that in the way that your highest expression is ready to start sort of walking the path of your highest aligned, divine, unique timeline, and becoming the you that you're finally ready to meet, and allow others to meet as well, and share from that place, and give permission for other people to have these experiences happen in their lives too. So that's a simple, quick message. Hope it resonates. Please feel free to leave a comment. If it does or it doesn't, I'd love to hear your feedback on anything that you take away from this. And just thank you for being here and for bringing this message through, because whether we believe it or not, I think we all reflect something in each other. So if you're hearing this and you got this far, then may this be a gentle thread in your process, and know that you are supported in whatever you choose to do. So take care, be well, and I'll see you again in another video. Talk to you then. Bye for now.